Welcome back to another Pokemon What If Wednesday, where every single Wednesday morning I'll go through all last week's investing and collecting questions, where your guys' question will actually be in the video itself, and one person's question will be on the thumbnail every single week. So please drop your question down below for a chance to be featured in next week's video. And if I did comment to you saying, great question, I might use this, and I didn't, please drop that same question again and make sure you put repeat question. It'll get moved to the top. I can only do so many per video. And I'm not saying I know everything or I'm some guru. You know, when I'm unsure of something, I always like to talk it out with a few people. It just always helps me make my final decision. But before we get started, we got to thank today's video sponsor, and that is Punch-Out Gaming. Punch-Out Gaming is my local game store that I go to, and the #1 game store in all of Minnesota. I've actually been to them all. Nobody can beat the variety. You can order right from their site too. They got stuff for everybody. Pokemon, sports cards, Yu-Gi-Oh!, One Piece, tons of video games and video game consoles. And they have one of the best selections of raw Pokemon cards that I have ever seen in a store. So if you're ever in Minnesota, definitely check them out. They're located 30 minutes north of the Twin Cities. Otherwise, the link is in the description. But all right, let's get to it. All right, first question is from Visions of a Raven 2545. Could you possibly tell us the top 3 cards to invest in under $30? Repeat question. Thank you, Beard. So I just added one more so I could put it on the thumbnail. So my top 4 for under 30 that I just love. Everybody knows this, the Suicune. I am obsessed with this card. It's some of the best art we've ever gotten. Suicune's one of the best Pokemon we've ever gotten. You really cannot go wrong. And it's going down in price right now. I'm watching it like a hawk. As soon as it levels out, I'm stocking up. All right, next, the Unknown. And people might think this is a little weird, but this card was $100 on release for the longest time. And it was just $30. Now it's last sold $16.95, $18.93, $16.75. So it's going down in price. Super awesome card. I just absolutely love it. I mean, there's even a movie about Unknown. Next, the Celebi V from Fusion Strike. I absolutely love this art. Haven't really heard anybody say they don't like this art. I've heard a few people say they aren't obsessed with it, but it's also going down in price right now, so I'm also watching that like a hawk. Last sold $26.30 for near mint and lightly played for $29. And last on the list, the Beedrill. I think this is one of the best arts in all of Sword and Shield. And Beedrill is a pretty popular Pokemon for Generation 1. I mean, this card was the same price as Dialga, Palkia, like a lot of Sword and Shield alternate arts. It's coming down right now. It was $50. Last sold $32.32. So yeah, that'd probably be my top 4 right now. But there are a ton of other cards that I could have put on this list. So, you know, it's pretty tough. But especially that they're all going down in price right now. You know, I wouldn't say necessarily buy them all right this second, but watch them like a hawk and wait for them to bottom out. And that's when we stock up. My goal is to have pages of that Suicune card. Like, no joke, pages and pages and pages. All right, next question is from Thuanny91. Love your content. You're slowly becoming my favorite Pokemon content creator. I really appreciate that. My question is, should I sell my vintage Wizards of the Coast booster packs now or wait longer? Do you foresee these packs getting much higher in the coming years, especially first edition jungle packs? All right, let's take a little peek here. Looking at some vintage packs. So first edition jungle packs, the market price is $311. Let's go see what the last sales are here. We got one in June for $289. Otherwise, there's a couple months before that. But yeah, not too many people are buying vintage packs on TCG Player. It's mostly eBay. But this is just nice to be able to see them all spread out like this. I have a feeling vintage is going to have its day. I really, really do. I think it's going to have a big boom someday. No idea when, but I mean, the prices are pretty good. I mean, we're talking hundreds of dollars for just a single booster pack. So if you got it for really, really cheap, you know, then it might be okay. All right, next is from Noel Savkov. Hey, Pokebeard, I have PSA 10s of Charizard, Blastoise, Venusaur, Umbreon, and Magikarp, all from Celebrations. I was thinking about selling them as a set to reinvest in something else. Should I hold off? Think they will see a jump in price anytime soon? Thanks, repeat question. Let's see the prices here. So you got the Charizard, Blastoise, Venusaur. Let's take a little peek at the Charizard here. Let's check the all-time data. It's going to be crazy because this card came out during COVID. So yeah, $1,500 for PSA 10, just going all the way down, hundreds of dollars. And now look at it now, probably the cheapest it's been ever. Let's see this dip here, $210. Yeah. If it were me, I'd probably wait a little longer. You know, that's a very nice collection. So if it were me, since it's the cheapest it's ever really been, I would hold off. And I would at least hold off until the 30th anniversary. There should be a good spike for these cards then. So Yeah, definitely wait a little bit. All right, it's from Arctic Toyo. Do you think the Scarlet and Violet Pokemon Center ETB promos are good investments? Now, some of them definitely, yes. The Pokemon Center ones are crazy expensive. I mean, look at the Snorlax from 151, market price $50. Wild. I mean, Miraidon market price is 25, Koraidon market price is 22. The prices on these cards are absolutely crazy. The regular ETB promos, I don't think they're going to be nearly as valuable, obviously. I do think people will collect them, but if you were going to sit and stock up on them, I would definitely just do like the more popular ones. You know, maybe like the Snorlax, the Charmander from Obsidian Flames, stuff like that. But yeah, if you can get the Pokemon Center exclusive ones, not bad. Like, it almost is worth it to buy a Pokemon Center exclusive ETB, you know, every set, maybe not every set, but the more popular sets, and open a couple up just to get the stamp promos. And then, you know, you're also opening packs, which is fun and could possibly pull really, really good cards and stuff like that. So it's almost making it worth it to get these on release and open, which you almost just want to keep them sealed. But with the value being so decent, you know, plus you can have fun opening. All right, next, and this is from @FoxFoxM3, and we did have quite a few questions about the ETB promos. So I have a question, but I don't know if it works in the what if category. And remember, you can ask any Pokemon related question in here. It doesn't have to be what if or whatever. Just anything Pokemon related. What do you think about ETB and the blister pack promos? People don't talk about them very often, but I see that market, especially PSA 10s on some of these promos, are creeping. Are they more relevant now, or is there just always a low base interest? Do you try to collect all the promos? So I do collect all of these Scarlet and Violet promos. They're illustration rares. I collect every single illustration rare and special illustration rare. And yeah, some of the promos are very, very expensive in a PSA 10. So always check your promos. You know, you can see the quality of the card right through the sleeve. So if it is nice, definitely worth getting it graded for sure. Like I said before, though, I really think people are going to be hunting the Pokemon Center exclusives and then just those few really popular regular ones. But there will definitely be a market where people are collecting every single promo, just like me. You know, I'm doing it too. And a lot of people do not open ETBs, and they don't want to pay $50 or $40 for an ETB just to get that promo. So they'll buy it individually online. So yeah, I think there will definitely be quite a good market for that in the future. But the blister pack promos definitely depends on the card. A lot of those are not the best. You know, it's just a basic hollow, which is fine, but we're getting illustration rares now, so they got to step up the game for those. All right, next question is from Noob Za523. Hey, Beard, does it make sense to buy the current Sword and Shield Pokemon Center ETBs off the official site without the stamp card? At that point, will they hold more value than a normal ETB? Definitely. Myself, I'm going to buy some of the Fusion Strike Pokemon Center ETBs here soon. I have a couple. I would like to get more. And then, I mean, Astral Radiance, the box is absolutely beautiful. There's so many good options. Yeah, like I would definitely buy these over a regular ETB. And we're still getting these for good prices compared to, you know, a Lost Origin booster box that's $200 or Fusion Strike that's $245. All right, next question is from Michael Reddy 6281. With the rumors of the new Team Rocket set, do you think the vintage dark Team Rocket cards will spike in price? Love the video. Now we got quite a few questions about these. So let's hop on PokeData right here. So we're checking out Team Rocket. This is the unlimited. So raw for Dark Charizard is 106, but if we hop over to first edition, raw is 387. Blastoise is 225 for first edition and 55 for unlimited. But remember, when it says raw, that's kind of the average price of near mint, lightly played, moderately played, all the sales. So let's take a little peek at Dark Charizard here. So it does look like the Charizard is going up in price. In March it was 1,000, in April it was 1,200, and in June it was 1,375. So definitely moving up. PSA 9 305, TCG player 147, and raw 106. And what's super crazy is if you hop over to first edition and you go to the last recent PSA 10 first edition holo sale, it's $3,399, bought by TCG Deep Pocket Monster. So Pat must have bought one, which is just super crazy. So it looks like they're starting to go up in price a little bit. We'll check one more unlimited. The unlimiteds just sell a lot more than the first editions because, you know, obviously they're cheaper. Check the Dark Blastoise, see if he is also going up. Yeah, it was $1,000. Now 1,293 is the last sold for PSA 10. So definitely going up a little bit. But yeah, like I said, we got a few questions here about Team Rocket. So the next one was from @SoonerSquatch. Good morning, another great video, brother. What do you think of investing in Team Rocket First Edition? I feel the new set may spark the older ones to increase in value. Been picking some up from the older two sets that I think will increase in the future. Yeah, I definitely think they're going to go up in price. I mean, even Pat is buying First Edition Hollows right now, especially when the set releases. I definitely think there will be a spike, but a lot of the cards are slowly rising right now. All right, next is from One Fly G35. Repeat question: would you rather buy a Team Rocket Vintage Booster Pack or a Charizard UPC, keeping both sealed? You know, I'm more of a fan of Vintage. Plus, the UPC is going to be easier to get, so my vote would be the Team Rocket Pack. These are the last sold sales on eBay. So we got a First Edition here for 400 best offer. 280 First Edition. Let's see if we can find an unlimited here. First Edition. Here's an unlimited. Pristine condition, 192. Doesn't say if it's weighed or not. This one says unweighed. Sealed, read description, $185. Just know if they're a random seller and they say it's unweighed, it's probably weighed. No joke. It's crazy how often it happens. That's why I do like to get vintage packs from like legit sellers. That's why I went and got that sponsor Loose Packs. Once I found them, you know, I know they're legit and everything. They check everything. They don't lie. They sell unweighed packs. They sell weighed packs. They sell light and heavy. They do it all. So that's why I got them as a sponsor, because, you know, it's just nice once you find a good seller to keep that good seller. But yeah, my vote is a unlimited Team Rocket pack. Definitely is a little more expensive than the Charizard UPC, but still, you cannot go wrong with that Team Rocket pack. All right, next question is from Grant Myers 4703. Hi Beard, I'm currently sitting on some dead sealed product like Vivid Voltage, Darkness Ablaze, and Shining Fates. At what point should I look to sell it and reinvest it in some sets with more upside? Most of it was purchased at MSRP when it released. Thanks. Well, in my opinion, if you waited this long, you might as well wait a little bit more. Darkness Ablaze and Vivid Voltage are both actually kind of moving up in price right now. Was 137. Last sold 139, 152, 156, 156, 153, 140. So I'd probably just hold off a little bit more, try to get a little bit more value just so you didn't waste, you know, those couple years of sitting on all these boxes. Because you got to think seller fees, shipping, all that, you know, all the packing costs and all that stuff too. So Vivid Voltage going up a little bit also, was 134. That sold. Someone got 2 at 149, 2 at 147, 1 at 143, a bunch of 140s. And we'll check that Shining Fates ETB. I actually think that was also moving up too. Yeah. So it was 43. Going up right now. That sold 45. Someone bought 5 at 45 and 3 at 45. Let's wait a little bit longer. You maybe calculate, you know, exactly what you paid, and then the shipping costs and the fees and all that, and just find a number you're comfortable with, and then just start selling it off once you hit that number. But yeah, it's a little longer. All right, next question is from user BT6YG6SVS9E. Great video. What do you think about V-Star Universe, and what do you think is the best option to invest in between a V-Star Universe box and the Japanese 151? You can't really beat Generation 1. V-Star Universe is awesome. So these are the last recent sales on eBay. Someone got one for 56, 66 sealed, 75 UK, 66, 50, 60, 60, and then we'll check 151 last sold. 85 plus $10 in shipping, and they put limited edition. Definitely not limited edition. Someone got one for 70, 70, 70. Someone got a case for 870. No shrink wrap for 62. But yeah, I would definitely say 151 will be more valuable just because they have the Master Balls also. You know, you can't beat Gen 1 plus the Master Balls. It's tough to beat. Even with the giant reprint we got, I mean, they're already more expensive than V-Star Universe. So next question is from @OneLuckyViewer. Repeat question. Looking to minimize duplicates bulk. Would it be smarter to sell on eBay individual cards, lots for bulk, or trade in at an LCS for store credit? Love these videos. Thanks. You know, you could ask what your store would give you. It's always nice to support. You know, it really helps too making friendships with those guys, because those are the ones that are going to hook you up, let you know when stuff comes in early, all that stuff too. But otherwise, I normally just do eBay. I love doing lots like this. These sell really easily. So it's 100,000 Pokemon all holographic holo cards, bulk lot with 20 ultra rares. So, you know, an ultra rare could be a basic V card. So what I like to do is I'll do 1,000 holo and reverse holos, and then I'll do maybe 2,000 non-holos. So it'll be 3,000 cards. And then I'll do, like, just depending on how many ultra rares I have, you know, basic EXs, basic Vs, V Maxes, you know, the Terra EX cards. Then I'll do all those, you know, 20 to like 50 ultra rares. And it's crazy how quick and easy they sell. The shipping is annoying. You know, I do free shipping, but you just gotta calculate that in. But yeah, and then too, you can also buy lots of ultra rares online for like 50 cents to $1 a card if you're sitting on a ton of bulk to make these lots. But people love getting the 20 ultra rares or a bunch of ultra rares too. And don't just, you know, rip them off and do all basic Vs. Always throw some V Max in there, some full art Vs. Doesn't have to be anything super expensive, but they're just looking to get some cards or, you know, make a bunch of decks or whatever it is. So I always do that, and they sell pretty quick. All right. Next question is from Sam Anderson, 1650. What do you think about investing in PSA 10 Greninja EX in Japanese? Is it still too early, or do you see this card continuing to just climb in price? Let's take a little peek here. It's actually pretty affordable for Japanese in a PSA 10. Was $225 in April. Now it's $125 in a PSA 10 in Japanese. I think that's okay. You know, it'll probably maybe come down to like $90, $100. But you never know. This could be the next card to spike up. We haven't really seen a lot of Japanese cards getting spiked yet. And I could see this happening with this card just because the English one's getting spiked. People are going to jump over the Japanese. And then, you know, all the people that are spiking these cards up are going to go buy a bunch of the Japanese and raise the price on them. So $125 isn't bad comparing to the raws like $250 for English right now, which is just a ridiculous price. All right, next is from Jonathan Morgan, 9417. Where do you buy your lots? I imagine eBay, but any tips? Thanks, you're my favorite PokeTuber. That seriously means a ton. All right, let's hop over to eBay here. So yeah, I mostly do eBay or card shows too. People are really, really willing to sell their cards at card shows, especially on the last day. You know, tons of people have bulk boxes. You can get really good deals if you buy them all. So when I'm on eBay, you know, I just type in Pokemon card lot, Pokemon card binder, Pokemon card collection, you know, all these little things here. It's crazy the difference it makes when you just type in a few different words. But then I'll do buy it now with newly listed. I check that every day. You know, sometimes you'll get a lot that's just a crazy good deal and you got to be quick on it. Like no joke, super quick. And then I'll do auction ending soon and I'll see what auctions are ending. I literally check that every single day. If you're looking at something that's a buy it now, definitely watch it. Seriously, for any card, any lot, anything, always watch what you're interested in. You will be shocked at how many times the seller will send you an offer. As someone who sells on eBay, when someone watches one of my items, you know, I can then send that person an offer. You know, it lets me know that someone is watching my item, and then I can just send a bunch of people offers. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, so many cards that I'm like, I would buy this card right now. I'm like, I'll watch it. And then you'll get an offer where it's $5, $10 cheaper, whatever it is. And then you can also counter to that too and get it even cheaper. So I always suggest watching it, you know, check, buy it now, newly listed, auctions ending soon, daily. And then too, follow the sellers. If you see somebody selling a bunch of things, click on their store, follow them, you know, get to know these sellers. It really, really helps. Like I have sellers that I know I can just go to that like sell tons of just, you know, ultra rare V bulk where I can always go get 50-cent cards. You know, I have sellers where I know I can go get vintage cards and PSA cards and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely get to know your sellers. Great question. All right, next question is from CNS95. I have an Ultra Prism booster box. Do you think it would be a good idea to sell it for a couple Sword and Shield booster boxes, or do you think it still has room to grow? Thanks. So I actually really like Ultra Prism. The set is stacked. Like I haven't really seen a set this stacked for trainers. Now I do not collect trainers, but I know a lot of people do. So if you really look at every set ever made, this is probably the best trainer set there is, besides maybe some of the Scarlet and Violet sets that have special illustration rares. But they'll never hold value like this. I mean, the full art Lily is $385. The Flora Cynthia's 126. I mean, there's so many full art trainer cards that are $50 or more. So I actually really enjoy this set. On Pokédata, we can just hop over to the sealed products. Check the Ultra Prism booster box. So on July 5th, we got a sale for $585. I think this box will be a $1,000 booster box. I do not know when, but Ultra Prism, you've seen the prices of those raw cards, and the PSA 10 prices are just insane. So I could definitely see this box getting to $1,000. Like I said, don't know when. Probably going to be a couple years, maybe. Could be a year. You never know. So I don't know. If it were me, I'd probably hold off a little longer. Especially, you know, you're going to want to be sitting on some of these older boxes. I don't know about you, but you're probably not going to want to go back and drop thousands of dollars on some of these older boxes just to have them again. So if you're looking to sell a lot of your vintage just to get all modern, just remember modern's everywhere, and it's the most printed ever. So there's a good chance a lot of this vintage will have its day again. All right, next question is from Plaxi. I love the honesty, and the reason you started making videos is awesome. Repeat question. There are so many cards I want, but don't know where to start. How should I go about it? Love the videos. Great question. So just pick your top 5 favorite cards, and whatever those types of cards are, I would collect those. Or you could do Pokemon. A lot of people starting out, they'll just collect their favorite Pokemon. You know, if it's Dragonite, Dragonair, Suicune, whatever it is, just start collecting those guys. Like for Scarlet and Violet, I just collect all the illustration rares and special illustration rares. Now, I do enjoy a bunch of other cards in the sets, but that's just all I'm collecting because it's somewhat realistic. So definitely don't try to collect too much. And the thing that I always see people do that start out, you know, they want to do these master sets because that's what the big PokeTubers show you. You know, they're doing master sets in 24 hours. It's not realistic. You're spending a ton of extra money and time hunting reverse holos and holos you really just probably don't care too much about. You know, even full arts and everything, if you're not super into them, or trainers. Like, I don't collect special illustration or trainers because I'm not into the trainers very much. You know, I like Pokemon for Pokemon. Some of the characters are decent, but a lot of the characters are, you know, less than average. So yeah, just focus on what you really, really enjoy and then just target that area or whatever those types of cards are. Super good question. Next question is from @FBomb94. Revised question. I just had the Japanese Erica's Invitation SAR from 151 graded through CGC. Do you believe there will be a big market later on for a Japanese CGC pristine 10 cards from 151? Yeah, I think anything 151 is going to do solid. Like, no joke. I think it'll be one of the most collected sets in the future. Same with like probably Crown Zenith because it's so easy to collect. But yeah, 151 is going to be top tier. Probably the best reprint that we've gotten of base set. So next question is from @CodyA5696. I always appreciate your videos, bro. You are one of the few authentic YouTubers out there. Repeat question for you. Where do you recommend getting the Pokemon statues from? I am on the hunt for a Gengar. So I ordered a lot of these guys behind me. I got them off eBay, or you can get them off like AliExpress. They're just 3D printed. They're not like officially from Pokemon. And they do have a Gengar. It's not life size or anything like that, but they do have a pretty good size Gengar, kind of the same size as these. And they're honestly super cheap. I got another one coming right now. All right, next is from Thomas Grace 3465. Love your videos. Quick question. Should I invest in a booster box with Chilling Reign, Lost Origin, or Fusion Strike? I've been on the fence about this for a while, and I've seen Lost Origin has dipped in price recently. Thanks. I always go the cheapest. Lost Origin, very good trainer gallery. Probably one of the best cards in all Sword and Shield, if not the best. So my vote would probably be for Lost Origin. Next is from @music4 swag peeps. Hey Beard, love the videos. Question, should I go for a PSA 10 master set of the next Team Rocket set, or just a regular master set? Kind of like the sound of that PSA 10 master set. Now remember, so many people are going to be chasing this set raw. Not too many people are going to be mastering it in a PSA 10. Now I would recommend maybe not try to master the whole set in a PSA 10. Maybe just get the special illustration rares and illustration rares if you're going to do it. You know, you could get whatever, but start off smaller so that way if you don't finish it, you at least have a good amount of the best cards. Like, don't just start off buying a bunch of the, you know, reverse holos and uncommons and stuff in PSA 10s or whatever it is. It might definitely be worth it. Next question is from JVH1. I appreciate all your videos and the information in them. Keep up the good work. As for a question, would you rather have one booster box of Chilling Reign or 2 boxes of Paradox Rift / Temple Forces as a long-term investment? So if we're talking long-term investments, I always like to get doubles. So if it were me, honestly, I'd probably get like 2 Paradox Rifts. So that way, you know, if it does go up in price a ton, you can sell one and still keep one. But if you have just one of each, like if you just have one Chilean Rain, you're going to get attached to that box. You're not going to want to sell it once it goes up in price if you're anything like me at all, which I know a lot of people love collecting and get attached to things. Next question is from @Matthew Odin 8170. Great videos. Watch every release day. Thank you. With new sets like Shrouded Fable and Stellar Crown announced and available for pre-order, from an investing side, should one pre-order as many Pokemon Center ETBs as they can, or just buy one and hold? So, I mean, if you got the money, you know, you could order a bunch, but I would definitely be smart and picky with the ETBs. We went through them a little bit earlier, but yeah, like for Shrouded Fable, I'm definitely going to be skipping that ETB. Like I might get one for my personal collection down the road or whatever, but I'm not going to go like investment crazy. Stellar Crown, we still do not know the rest of the cards. If we're going to get the cards that I'm thinking we're going to get, I'm definitely going to get a bunch of those, at least, you know, 4, maybe like 6. I don't know. Next question is from @JNA22. What are your best sources for graded and raw cards? What is your process for negotiating prices via eBay offers and in person at card store conventions? One Poke creator says she gets cards 30% under market price. Is this a realistic buy target based on your experience? Thanks. Well, since I've been on YouTube and people do know of me a little bit more, I will admit, if they do know me, they are willing to give me a better deal than if they did not know me. I've been to many, many card shows where nobody knew who I was. Definitely tough to get 30%. What I always like to do is go on the last day. But then again, if you're looking for raw PSA 10, like clean copies, they're all gone. All the super, super clean copies are gone on the last day. But you're going to get the best deals on the last day, especially if you do bundle deals or bulk. Next is from @Icapod. Hi, Pokebeard. What's your opinions on sets you've missed out on? Still worth dipping in at the higher prices or focus on sets that are easier to get and cheaper? I always just like to buy at the bottom. If we're talking sealed investments, it's just the safest to do. You know, when you're talking booster boxes are $80, $90, especially when the MSRP is $160, just wait. In a couple years, there'll be the same thing that happened with Sword and Shield, and everybody will be on the Pokemon Center website ordering these booster boxes at $160 because that'll be the cheapest. So I'd rather, you know, get it in low than buy the stuff at higher prices. But if we're talking like collection wise, then I don't care. You know, I'm getting whatever I want to get for my collection. So I just, you know, try to talk people down and watch it and do auctions and just be super smart to try to get it as cheap as possible. Next question is from Best of Game Clips 6395. What's a better investment, vintage or modern, and what do you recommend for both? Same thing. Modern is extremely cheap and much safer. You know, you're not overpaying a ton. Vintage goes up and down all the time. So safe, modern. But the collector in me says vintage. All right, next is from Dylan Lewis 8450. My question is, are rainbows a good investment now since they are out of print? Do you think there will be a bigger market for them in the future? Well, I had the same thought. I actually enjoy rainbows, and I know like kids love rainbows. A kid will choose a rainbow over an alternate art almost every time, especially if they don't know a lot about Pokemon. They are beautiful. You really cannot deny that. So I sat down and I looked at every single rainbow rare card, and the best rainbow rare cards, in my opinion, are the tag team rainbow rares from all the Sun and Moon sets. So that is what I'm currently collecting. I'm collecting them all in a PSA 10. I'm very, very excited. I'm cruising along. Don't have too many yet, but we're getting there. I think I got like 8 now. There's not a ton, but there's a good amount. But Sword and Shield rainbow rares are also very, very solid and actually really, really affordable. I do think some cards will definitely boom in the future. All right, next question is from a member, Wade Lay 8936. I am 34 years old and getting back into the hobby. I've been collecting singles and opening a few packs here and there. It's been going pretty well, but I'm wondering if I'm wasting my time investing in moderately played, lightly played cards, and should I only be going for near mint? Yes, definitely only go for near mint cards. Unless we're talking like crazy vintage, then lightly played is okay. But anything worse than lightly played, I would just stay away from. You know, the market shrinks every time the condition gets worse because there are tons of collectors who don't even collect lightly played. So definitely be picky with condition, especially with new cards. Just because it says near mint and it's a new modern card, really look at it. You know, be picky with those cards. Try to get the best possible condition, because it's just going to make you more money down the road too. So yeah, and then opening packs, you know, you're not going to get the best cards. You're not going to make a ton of money. I do like doing it like once per set just for the gamble aspect. You never know. My wife pulls me some crazy cards. She pulls the chase almost every single time we open cards. So yeah, you can definitely do that. But all right, that was today's Pokemon What If Wednesday. If you guys do have any questions, please drop them down below for a chance to be featured in next week's video, like I said before. And if you guys do like this content, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and please leave a like. Leaving a like and a comment helps the most. And just know if you do leave a comment, I comment back to every single person. You can also check out my Instagram where I show off my collection. A ton of people always ask to see my collection. You can see it there on Instagram. And then also my eBay store, 100% positive feedback with over 20,000 cards sold. And you can also become a member. It's only 99 cents a month. You know, I made it as cheap as possible. I always show new cards and stuff like that. But otherwise, I want you guys to have a great day. And if you want to watch my last Pokemon Market Monday, where we got some Evolving Skies moving, you know, a few illustration rares are kind of going crazy, and some 151 sealed products are also on the move, click this video here. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.